The first and foremost is a word called Allah. Why do Muslims say Allah? Why don't they say God like normal people? Well, I got news for those who think that all the Christians say God. It's not true. In fact, many Christians say the word Dios because there are so many Spanish-speaking Christians in the world. Many of the Christians are Catholics. South America, Central America, and Mexico, for example, they speak Spanish or Portuguese. If you go to Portugal, of course, Spain, Italy, France, what are they speaking? What are their languages? Do they say God? No. Go to Europe, go to Germany, go to Czechoslovakia, go to some of the other countries. Christians there also don't say God. They have different words for God. Is that true? But every single Muslim on earth uses the word Allah. Do you know that? Every single Muslim on earth, 1.5 billion, all agree that's what we call Allah. And, by the way, all of the Arab Christians also use the word Allah. And the Arab Jews as well. The word Allah is in the Arabic Old Testament, page 1, 17 times. And the word Allah is in the New Testament, Alif Lam Lam Ha. So for the benefit of those who think that there's something wrong with using Allah, it was used before there was the word God. The word God didn't exist even 1,000 years ago because there was no English until the Normans invaded the Saxons in 1066 AD. What did they call him before that?
Why Allah? Why is it important to have this particular word, and why don't we have it in English? Now, I want to come to the etymology of the word. It comes from the word Ilah, and Ilah means God. But God is defined as what? Anything that's worshipped, whether it be something you can see or you don't see, something you can touch or not touch, something that you can hear or not hear. A God could be anything. A God could be a rock, a stick, a stone, a bone. A God could be something that you can make with your hands. A God can be something you could use your imagination for. It could be a human being. A God could be anything. G-O-D, God, could be anything. But there is no word in English for Allah. So when you translate the word Allah to be God, you've actually diminished the meaning of Allah. That's why whenever you translate the Bible from English to Arabic, you need to use the word Allah instead of God with a big G. The word Allah in the Arabic language cannot be made plural. There can't be more than one. Okay, that perfectly fits the unique God of the believers, because there's not more than one. He's only one. There's no God beside God. Second point is this: it can't be made female or male. There's no gender to the word. In Arabic, all the words have gender. All words have gender. But this particular word is only having gender because of the Arabic language, not because Allah has gender. I'll give you an example. It always says like Allahu. This means Allah, He is. But when we say He, it's out of respect for Allah, because Allah is without gender, because He's not like His creation, not male, not female. Additionally, we find that the examples in Quran, for instance, when Allah is talking about Himself, you'll find it says Nahnu. Nahnu means we. And Allah refers to Himself as Nahnu. He also says khalaqna. He says khalaqna. What does that mean? He's saying that we created. And throughout the Quran you find Allah referring to Himself as we, our, and us. And right away you're going to say, okay, if that's not plural, then what is? In fact, this is the royal we used by a king or a queen when they're giving decrees. We have it in English too, so you can understand. The king says, we decree the following, and he's talking about himself. It's the royal we. But let us now look at the linguistic of the word Allah. It in itself is the beauty of Islam, because the word in Arabic doesn't mean God. Just in case you thought it did, it doesn't. Because we have a word in Arabic for the word in English, God. It's called Ilah. Ilah God. God, ilah. That's the word. But when we speak about the one and only God, the one that's to be worshipped, the God of Adam, the God of Abraham, and the God of Moses, God of Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, and the God of Muhammad, peace be upon him, we're talking about essentially the only God that's worthy to be worshipped. No other God. The one and only God. There's none other like him. Nothing like unto him, Allah, and at the same time, the dignity, the royalty, the honor that's due him is contained in his name. Not like anything else, not male, not female, and yet he is the all Allah, the only God.